Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Infrastructure. The Major and Local Community Infrastructure Program opened on 1 September as an invitation-only program, providing up to $560 million to identified projects. With the merit-based Growing Regions program now out of money, organisations and councils in my electorate are asking how they can be invited to apply to this program. Minister, how does a community organisation or local government secure an invitation to the Major and Local Community Infrastructure program?
We call to the Minister for Infrastructure, Transport, Regional Development and Local Government.
Thank you very much, and can I thank the member for Indi for her question. As the member would know, and I have had numerous discussions with her about this, is that at elections, political parties make election commitments. And then under the grant rules, we are required to establish a program to then fund, assess and contract those election commitments. And that is what that fund does. That is the same way in which the Community Development Grants program of those opposite was supposed to be used, but if I'm asked about that, I might talk a little bit more about that as well. But of course, in terms of what we are delivering in community infrastructure currently, we are already delivering over billions of dollars of community infrastructure projects across our regions and our suburbs. Those programs have included $317.65 million through Thriving Suburbs for 30 projects, $587 million through the Growing Regions program for 110 projects that are currently being delivered, $67.6 million under the Urban Precincts and Partnerships program, and the $230.3.
Minister will pause. The member Indi on a point of order.
Yes, thank you, Speaker. On relevance, I appreciate the list the minister is giving us, but the question was, how do our local councils and community organisations secure an invitation to this special program?
I think the minister did address that part of the question at the beginning of her answer. I was listening carefully where she specifically addressed the explanation, but I may allow her to continue and making sure she's directly relevant. But I think she did address that part of the question.
Answered your question in relation to that program and what the requirements of me under that particular program. But as I was saying, we are delivering billions of dollars of community infrastructure projects right the way through the regions and our suburbs. And I note in particular there are a number of projects being delivered in the member's own seat at the moment. She's done very well out of the Regional Precincts and Partnerships program and the Urban Precincts and the Growing Regions program as well. And those projects I know are incredibly important to her community because she's advocated very strongly for them. So from the Benalla Art Gallery, from the Lords Around the Ground package, the Eildon Maritime and Community Hub, Port Cump Baseball Club, they are all projects that are being delivered in the member for Indi's electorate. And I could list projects right the way across the country in seats of those opposite, in the crossbench and over here as well. And that also comes on the back of this government's doubling of the Roads to Recovery funding, which is seeing an increase on the funding that those opposite provided, an increase for local road funding right the way across the country in our regional areas.